Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to our show. I'm your host, John Harkar, and we're here today with Eric Nicholson. And what we're going to talk about is, besides his journey in business and real estate, is, he's going to share with us, his wholesaling business, his experiences, some things he learned. He's going to talk to us a little about how to set up a really good operation, because that's really, really key. Remember, guys, at Investor Fuel, we help real estate investors, service providers, really all real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their business. And we do that by providing the tools, the community, and the resource to grow and scale your business, which in turn helps you live that life you've always dreamed of. So Eric, man, welcome to our show.
Thanks, man. Thanks, John.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm excited to talk about, your journey, what you learned in wholesale. But before we get into all that, why don't you tell our audience a little bit more about you, your kind of journey in business and real estate, and what brought you to today?
Sure. So my career was in legal field. I was a litigation paralegal for many years. And at a certain point, I just hit the ceiling, and I figured that I cannot grow beyond what I thought I should. And income-wise, if you are not an attorney, if you're not a licensed attorney, you can't just open up your business, start taking the clients, no matter how good you are at what you are doing. And I was working for the personal injury law firms before. So I started to look for firms that pay more, like they're in Washington, D.C., they're more specialized, more, high-level litigation teams handling billion-dollar cases. And what I discovered is that was just too much stress. The work environment became very toxic compared to what I had before. And I felt like, okay, they pay me more than I used to get, but it's just not worth my mental health to remain in that kind of environment. It's just not for me. Maybe somebody else would be happy with it, but it's not me. I'm actually an entrepreneurial person by nature. The only thing is that, with most of the people, we are not going to take action until we're almost forced by life to take it. And in my case, I was like, okay, I don't want to stay in the box. I don't want to be a litigation paralegal. I don't want to compromise my health, my, well-being to make more money in the very complex litigation cases. But why not use my entrepreneurial, creative personality? I'm very I like a sense of freedom, and I'm also able to organize myself, discipline myself, and do things that I have to do systematically. So why not take advantage of those characteristics that I possess? And when I was looking at what to do, I was in a wholesale industry business years back, more than 15, 16 years ago. I was in a reverse channel liquidation business. I was liquidating products. So I already had I already knew how to negotiate the price. I already knew how to contact people, how to find target markets and find the products that are going to sell in that market, how to analyze and figure out what the product will worth.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
I mean, it's not in real estate, but I had the idea of the how the business works.
Yeah.
And that actually gave me a sense of kind of like confidence that I would be able to figure it out. And I registered my company actually in 2018, and I did not plan to plunge in it. I thought I'm going to take it easy, slowly, But then COVID happened, everything went to the back burner. But once the COVID ended, and I told you about the changes in the work environment that I experienced and all that, I was like, this is the time.
Yeah.
So then I plunged 100% full time into real estate. I love it. I love it very much. I like that the dynamic nature of it, right? It's never boring. It's never the same thing day after the day. Right now I'm wearing 7 hats. Eventually I'm going to, give everybody to wear their own hats, and I will wear one of them. But overall, I mean, I feel alive. I'm doing what I enjoy doing, and I have to say, getting into the real estate field was, I think I found place where I like to be, and I found things that I like to do. And, I could actually tell a lot about how I would like to help people, how I, like to help people accomplish one thing or another thing. And some of it could have been true, sincere, some of it could be a marketing ploy. But let me tell you one fact that what I find out is that if you do this business right, not only you get into the business which is profitable, can retire comfortably and have everything you want, but you also change the landscape. So if you go to a place that has a ton of distressed properties, and you find those sellers that you can take those properties, buy from, that have no use for it because they are left there. They sometimes go to tax lien auctions. Sometimes they're condemned because nobody cuts the grass and everything. If you take those properties one at a time, and either yourself or some other investor that is interested in buying can exchange the hands and transfer that fate of that one building, if you keep repeating that, imagine what impact you can have, because you're going to have the whole streets, blocks, and eventually probably parts of the cities changed because of what you are doing, right? So you are also helping to make the cities and places a better place to live. So I think it's rewarding in that sense as well. I mean, I'm not making it up. I'm not just saying it for the sake of like sounding nice, but it's just a fact.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Well, there's a lot to unpack there. If you ever known any of my podcasts or watch any of them, I like to go backwards a little bit. So you're in the legal field, right? And you did some wholesaling of products. So you're basically just selling products or at sell low or buy low, sell high, right? I mean, same kind of process.
Are you talking about my past experience?
Yes. Yeah, your past.
So in my past experience, I was locating the product. There is a reverse liquidation channel.
Got it. Okay.
When the goods are not sold in malls, stores, whatever, they actually go back to the warehouses that have to liquidate them, get rid of them at any price because they have already profited from the main bulk of the products. So I would actually go and find them. There would be like a pallet of T-shirts, boys' T-shirts, all different colors.
Yeah.
And I would say, okay, the MSRP, the sticker on it is $40, whatever. I say, okay, I'm going to liquidate them. I'm going to pay you $1.25 or $2.50 a piece. Are you agreeing to that? Not? Have a nice day. Call me if you change your mind. If you do, Okay, then I'm your guy. I'm going to take a pallet or two and three, and then I'm going to liquidate them. Then I
Okay.
took them and I liquidated them. I sold them to the mom and pop shops that were retailing.
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Got it. Okay. Where did the whole real estate come from? Like, where did that idea come from? How did you find, I mean, did you kind of type in, wholesaling and then that came up? I mean, how did you find the whole real estate piece?
No, 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 no. I actually didn't know about wholesaling for a long while. I knew about the real estate. And in the real estate, I have had, basic understanding that you have to go get your license, become a realtor, and then you can put the properties on market and, get your commission and all that. But my expertise, like not my expertise, but I was in a market buying the product and selling product. I
Yep.
was not in a market representing the seller. I was not in a market representing the buyer. I wanted to have a niche where I could basically be a real in control of my business as an investor, not depend on anybody else. And in a wholesaling, when I was doing the goods, I was in control of everything. I was making the decision on behalf of
Right.
myself, not on
Okay.
behalf of my buyer or a seller. On behalf of myself, this product is worth paying X amount of dollars because I believe that it's going to worth to the retail buyer X amount of dollars or whoever I wanted to find as a buyer for the product,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
this is very similar to it, except it's much better. So instead of selling the pallets of the goods and spending all the time and energy and warehousing and hiring people, you can have one transaction that will cover that, right?
Yeah.
And then and you can scale it, right? And I thought when I was thinking about where should I employ my past experience and my business kind of like acumen, and I thought that the real estate appeared to be the closest to what I could have done. And I think it's also one that you can scale and get far beyond of where you start.
Yeah. 100%. You talk about scale. You mentioned earlier that you're wearing 7 hats. What does your business look like today? I mean, are you a one-man show? Do you have a team at all?
Um, Almost like a one-man show. Why I say that? Because I have one VA, myself, a guy who executes everything. I have an IT guy whose sole job is to work under my direction and pull the leads, niche leads from the specific sources. And I still do the skip tracing myself. I'll get the spreadsheet data from him and upload it and get the numbers myself. And then I do have a third guy whose job is to do the search engine optimization. As you probably know, it takes time,
Yep.
several months, so it's still in the works. So for the most part, right now, I wear all the hats. Like once the lead comes in, I have to go and inspect the property. I have to make an offer based on the comps,
Mm-hmm.
based on my evaluation. I have to get the transaction coordinator to connect all the bits and parts myself. I have to send it to the title agency. Although they do a good job, they can process everything, but still I
Yep.
have to do that, right? Then I have to do the assignment of the contract. So, which is a disposition, right? So I have to decide how am I going to dispose of this property? Am I going to find a cash buyer for it? Am I going to buy it myself? Is it in a
Yeah.
location? So I'm doing all that.
You're doing it all, and it's not easy doing it all. I did a one man show for a long time. What's your plan on scaling? I mean, are you looking to bring people into your team, delegate some of these things so you can focus on maybe the higher producing
Sure.
activities?
I'm glad that you asked because one of the things I'm putting together, I want to have the cold call team of 5 individuals. each one of them working 4 hours a day. I don't want to have anybody working 8, 10, 12 hours because they get exhausted and people don't pick up phone throughout the day. They pick up most of the time between 3 and 7 and 8. So
if you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I want to have 5 people who will be ringing the phones in that particular market. And then once I have 5 people that are a team, then I want to create exact copy of that team in several different places. So I'm currently looking for North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee. So those will be the 4 states where we will one by one jump and scale once we put this 5-team operation here on a smooth track.
And how are you selling your leads? I know you're doing the disposition. Do you currently have buyers in all these markets? How did you go out, or how did you go out and find them? Might be a better question.
Very good question. Very, very good question. First of all, I was worried about marketing initially before I started to get closer into the operations myself. But what I discovered is that if you have a good deal, your deal sells itself. You want people lined up to buy them from you. So I have, I have a guy, Jesus, we regularly meet. He's a general contractor, and we discuss things. We even do the podcast together, and he constantly, he even phones me up, like, I'm looking for 2 more properties this month, so buyers I have, and I'm just bringing you Jesus as one example.
Sure.
Buyers like him, all you have to do is go to investors meetup places, and not like the, not necessarily the place where they're trying to sell you something, like a software or something, because those are good, but for their own sake, right? If you want to buy if you want to build a system, that's the place you have to go. That's your place you should go and learn. But if you want to find the cash buyers, go to places where investors who buy them can get together, because they do. They actually have lunches on weekends. They have places that they retreat to and meet each other. Grab a drink and just talk to people. What are you doing? Are you Are you holding? Are you increasing your portfolio? What type of property? So once you have those actual people who have those portfolios and actively looking for the properties, if your numbers work, they will be the ones who will grab it from you just like that. You don't even have to sell it. Now, what you have to do, and I think it's going to be increasingly the case if the market keeps stalling, is that you will have to actually put more effort into selling the deals, although closing them at a good price will be easier, but selling them will require more effort. And then if that is the case, okay, you can put on multiple Facebook groups. There are multiple investor Facebook groups where people actually post the deals and buy the deals. That's one venue where you can do. You can post it on Investor Lift, but
I was going to say there's softwares like Investor Lift, and
Investor Lift is another option. The third option is you are not a realtor, right? So you are a principal in charge of the contract. But if you incorporate into your contract an explicit and express permission from the property owner that you have a right to market that contract in any different platforms that are of your choosing, then you could potentially list it even on MLS.
Innovation.
You don't sell it for yourself. You sell the contract. You hire an agent to list. So you could do it on MLS. You could auction it off. I mean, there are so many ways you can do it, and you have to just use your brains when you assess the value of your deal and figure out which channel I should employ to liquidate this product, right? And sometimes you might be mistaken. You might say, it's a great deal. I'll sell it to my guy tomorrow and may not like it. So have those other options lined up. so you can, spread it wide and find the buyer in it as quickly as possible and try to make everything happen within, you know, 30 days because
Yeah,
everything works better when it's done that way.
sure. When you're going into these virtual markets, the Georgia, the Tennessee, or wherever you're not, do you have someone boots on the ground? Because we know, like in markets, literally, it could be price of one house is 100,000, across the street is 50,000. I mean, so how are you getting those real detailed, like insider type of information?
I'm glad that you asked about it because before I do something, I do the research, right? So I'm not in any of those markets, but way before I got into any of them or before I'm doing it, I already gather piece by piece the information, which I find very useful because when you are not actively looking for something, there are things that you find out that come through to you,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like you will need them later on. So one of them was like during the conversations I found out about, and I cannot tell you off the top of my head because I'm not using them right now, but I have already saved them in my links. I already saved them in my email boxes, specific folders. There are companies like Boots on the Ground,
Yeah.
and all you have to do is hire some company, pay them. I think they do the one in particular, I remember they are charging you about $50, $60 to go there, take the basic pictures, give you the basic report. If you pay them extra, they will do the videos. They'll do like multiple pictures. They can even put a drone out there if you want and take the picture
Mm-hmm.
of the sky. So if your concern is how am I know that I'm not buying a cat in a box, well, that's your solution. Hire one of those guys. They'll
Right.
go for you, take the picture, send you the report, and what else do you need?
Very true. So you don't go out to check out the areas. You just have someone that's there. You do the you do your online due diligence.
Let's be realistic. If you do 3, 4 deals in each market and you have
You learn.
4 or 5 states, are you going to take a plane and fly every day all over the country? I mean,
Well, I meant like before you go into a market, do you go out and talk with, I don't know, go out and talk with local people, local experts?
oh
You know,
yeah,
I,
obviously. Let me
yeah,
back off then because I didn't understand your question. I thought
yeah.
about each individual property. Yes. For
No, no,
for
no, no,
example, in
no.
Tennessee, I have a good attorney that I have who actually was the one who suggested the market to me. There is a very there is one niche there which is a tax liens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have established a good rapport with them, so I already have a relationship with them. So tomorrow, if I need to close a property in Tennessee, if I need to file a motion to get the property through the through whatever process there exists, if I wanted to hit this tax lien properties before they hit the auction, maybe they have to redeem that. Like in Maryland, you can just pay it off and redeem it up to 6 months after it's sold in the tax lien auction. Whatever the
Right.
process is, I already have a guy there. That attorney has in past done flips, so he's not just an attorney, but he's somebody who's aware of what this business is about,
Right.
somebody who ran it. Just one example, and the same thing applies to Georgia Atlanta. I already have a guy there who's a wholesaler there. So I would say actually one way you can do this is you can partner with people and you can
Mm-hmm.
find people that are good at something and they need somebody who is good at something else. Maybe you are good in marketing. Maybe you are good in finding those deals, finding the sellers and closing those, leads. And then they will be your dispo guys locally, or they will be your attorneys locally. So I
Yeah.
would say without doing that homework, I would not recommend anybody to do it because you will have property under contract, you will have 30 days, and you will be scrambling figure out the rules, regulations, how do they handle this? How do I find the title company? How do I find the buyer for that? So no, do your homework, get the groundwork laid out, give people heads up, say, I have those thoughts. I'm coming that way maybe in the 6 months, 7 month, 9 month,
Right.
and
Mm-hmm.
lay your ground. And then once you're ready, then you go there and do it, implement it.
Great information, man. This is what I love about talking real estate. You blow through time. It's just we could probably be on here for another 30 minutes. If there's people out here, there are folks out here that are listening to you that, what you're saying resonates with them. Maybe they want to talk to you a little bit more and learn from you. What is the best way that they're able to get in touch with you?
Sure. So my company is called Astute Realty LLC, and I have a website, and they can go to www.webuyhomesinmd. MD is abbreviation for Maryland.com. webuyhomesinmd.com, or they can call me. Feel free to call me, 240-415-8290, and I'll be glad to speak with you. Even if you have just a question, if you are a wholesaler, or if you want to be an investor, and you just want to chat, you want to ask a couple of questions, I don't mind helping people, answering questions and sharing some of the knowledge, because a lot of the time it's simple stuff, but there is so much information out there that you feel overburdened. You can't process all that information. You're like, where do I find the answer to say? And it's very simple. Like, it's right there, but you don't know, and maybe you spin your tires for a month. Give me a call and ask, and I'll be happy to share my knowledge and my expertise with you.
That's awesome, guys. Take advantage of it. If you're out there and you have questions, reach out. Eric, thank you again for coming on here and dropping so much good information. Guys, I hope you really enjoyed this show. I know I did, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
You, John. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eric.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. All right. Have a good one.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.